All right, it is the Personal Healthcare Reform Talk Show on Pegasus Net Waves, flying on that mythical horse named Pegasus. Catch me on Facebook, Twitter, clintfuquay.com, and personalhealthcarereform.com. Just click on the icons on there so you can follow me, so you can like me, so you can get all the brand new information here, because right now it is hitting the hot list. That is Health in the News. Before we do that, I want to talk about one of my sponsors right quick. That's right, I officially have a sponsor. You got to check these guys out. Get MedCall Assist. Why? Because you're worth it. And because it's going to save you a lot on your health insurance and getting you to the ER if, in fact, you need to go, and they're going to keep you from going to the ER most of the time. Great stuff there. Go to clintfuquay.com. Click on the Get MedCall Assist link on there so you can check them out. Incredible companies going to be taking the U.S. by storm next year, and I'm going to help them do it. So here is Health in the News. A couple things. First off, if you don't know this, you got sold out by WebMD. Hate to say it, I like WebMD. They put a lot of great information on there for you to stay healthy, but they got paid millions to push a little thing called the ACA. That's right, they got paid to push it to you. So with that, you might want to check that story out. It is on Facebook, and it's going to be on the blog too, because you really need to see what happened with that. And they got paid millions and millions and millions of dollars to tell you how great this thing is, and well, we all know it's not that great. Also new to the ACA, there's a few more pages, a couple hundred brand new pages have been added to it. I don't know what the total page count is now. It's like a mile high at this point. But there are new mental health mandates that have been added to this thing. It's going to take costs up by about 5 to 10% on all health insurance premiums across the board. So all those premium increases that we've already had, those are going to be going up. And it's going to exclude even more current policies. That means the original estimates of potentially 93 million people losing their insurance is going to increase now because there's quite a few mental health riders that are being added into this that are going to dump even more policies, including the new policies that just got written out there. So just something to be aware of. That just happened, it's going to be December now. This happened back early November. But that will be on the blog because that's going to come into play as of January 1st. I think that's when everything is enacted on this thing. And also coming here in Texas specifically right now, navigator fraud. That's right, all the navigators are supposed to help you actually pick out your insurance. Most of them are working for a group called Enroll America. This group actually works for the DNC most of the time. And what they're doing is they're enrolling people. If you don't know this already, you can enroll or you can register to vote going through the healthcare.gov website if you can actually get on there. But they can do it through hard copy as well, going on paper. They can enroll you right there on site. The navigators can. And, well, they want to enroll you in one direction specifically. So there's a lot of fraud investigations going on about that already, specifically here in Texas, and that's happening all over the U.S. As well. So something to be aware of on this with the navigators because, well, let's face it, the navigators are not the best vetted people out there. They are not insurance agents by any means, so please go see an insurance agent if you're going to get insurance, even through the healthcare.gov website. This way you know what's really happening. And one great thing, I love this. This is the best story I think I've heard with this whole healthcare debacle. I'm just going to put this out there. 3 guys, 2 days, 1 website, $0. Beating a $634 million website is priceless. That's right, healthsherpa.com. Go check it out. Incredible. Type in your zip code. You get all the ACA pricing with the subsidies rolled in. These guys created over a weekend, and actually they added one more day to that to get the subsidy pricing on there. That's right. U.S. government, $634 million, 3 years, can't get a website to work. 3 college guys, 2 days, 1 website, healthsherpa.com. Go check it out if you want to see the actual pricing in your zip code. A couple other things, 2 little bit pieces here. Knowing your physician boosts patient satisfaction. Well, I would think so. If you know your physician, you're probably going to be happier with your physician if you can keep your physician. And with all the doctor shortages, because there are many right now, it's sad to say, with the doctor shortages shortages right now. Most of the mid-level healthcare workers, that means the PAs, the nurses, they're actually being relied on more and more and more, which is actually helping out with this shortage issue that we have and helping make healthcare even better. And with that, we're going to segue into the next segment of the show, which we're going to be talking about some non-medical options to help out with the care of your family. Right now, that is Health in the News, the hot list, right here, Personal Healthcare Reform Talk Show on Pegasus Net Waves. Seriously, go check out my new sponsors. Get MedCall Assist. Click on that button on clintfuquay.com or personalhealthcarereform.com. You will thank me later for that. Coming up next, Laurie Miller.
So you're working in the garage and you smash your thumb with a hammer.
Ouch!
Your wife gasps. Your son laughs. And it's into the family mobile, wife wondering why you kept a rusty hammer, and son laughing that his dad can't remember the last time he got a tetanus shot. You get to the hospital, and they want to know A, why did you keep a rusty hammer? B, when did you get your last tetanus shot? And C, exactly what medications are you taking? Meanwhile, your thumb grows more swollen every second. But, aha, salvation. In your wallet is a little list with your medications on it. Prescription, over-the-counter, herbal. Wife went to safemedication.com, downloaded the free template, and look at that. Your pink pill has a real name.
To create your own medication list and get answers to all your medication questions, visit safemedication.com or talk with your hospital pharmacist. Brought to you by the American Society of Health System Pharmacists.
I'm Rhonda Moreland, publisher and owner of Coffee News, everyone's favorite little brown newspaper, bringing you a smile with a new issue every week. For our readers, we offer a fun family publication, and for our advertisers, we offer exclusive, effective, affordable advertising. To learn more about Coffee News, please visit coffeenewsdallas.com. That's coffeenewsdallas.com.
All right, we are back. Personal Healthcare Reform Talk Show on Pegasus Net Waves, on the wings of a mythical horse, jazzing up the airwaves and taking your health to a higher level. And speaking of, I have Miss Laurie Miller with Apple Care and Companion. And we're going to talk about what she does, which most people really just don't know about. You really need to know about, because it's not medical, it's non-medical, but it really helps out for medical and taking care of your family and parents and everybody else, because, well, let's face it, we just went through Thanksgiving. You probably saw your parents, saw your family, and said, what are we going to do about mom? Or what are we going to do about dad or granddad? Or one of those people, and, well, you need to start figuring that out pretty quickly. And Laurie is here to help us figure that out very quickly. So, Laurie, thank you for coming on. Tell us what you do, because most people just have no idea what you do and what you do in the industry.
Well, our industry is the non-medical home care industry, and we're non-medical, but we can still help with personal care. So we can help if someone needed bathing, dressing, feeding, that sort of thing. But the majority of what we do is companionship. We help with meals. We help with light housekeeping. We clean out the refrigerator so there's not rotten food in there. We help take out the trash, changing linens, keeping clothes clean. We do transportation. So we do all those daily activities that can help someone remain in their own home safely. We do a lot, like I said, of companionship. A lot of people are just lonely, and we can help with that. People who have macular degeneration or low vision need just to make sure they're taking, we don't set up pills, but we can remind and assist pills with medication. So making sure they're taking the right medication, making sure they're not dropping them on the floor and can't see them. We can also work on short-term basis, what a lot of people don't know. So if someone left the hospital or left the rehab and they maybe need a couple of weeks just to get back to where they were, we can do that as well.
Okay, very good. Yeah, and that's most people really don't know about these services, and I've seen this even with my family, my mom and stepdad taking care of my grandparents. Dealing with the whole taking back and forth and driving over there and going over to the house and doing the laundry and having to take time off of work. And if you own your own business and you have to take time off work, that means you got to shut the place down, you got to leave, you can't deal with customers, you don't have income coming in, and it's an absolute drag on you mentally, emotionally. And I've seen statistics on the caregivers usually are in worse health than the people they're giving care to, because they are so worn down and stressed out, financially strapped, and trying to figure all these things out, that it just grades on them and usually puts them in the hospital.
Well, there's actually a term for that. It's called compassion fatigue, and it's a real syndrome, compassion fatigue syndrome. And a lot of times the caregiver will actually get so sick and ill they may pass away before the person they're caring for.
Yep.
And the other thing that we can help with, that you said, a lot of times the adult children may have to take off work. And if they're in town, that's wonderful, and they're very lucky to be in the same town as their family. But what we also can do, because the children want to go to the doctor's appointments with the parents, what we can do is really help manage their time. We can take the client to the appointment. The adult daughter can leave her office, go meet at the appointment, sit in, listen to the doctor, and then go back to work, where then our caregivers can take the client to the grocery store, the pharmacy, and all those other little errands that they might want to do. So what could turn into a 4-hour event for the adult daughter can now just be the 1 hour. And it really makes things nice, and it's less stressful so that the daughter can remain the child and not have to have that role reversal and parent your parent, because that creates problems.
And you take care of one other issue that happens on occasion. We're kind of dealing with this right now, is taking away those car keys. Because there's a lot of times when grandma or grandpa would love to drive and they still want to go out and drive, but really shouldn't be driving, whether it's due to medications or age, illness, macular degeneration, what have you, or because, especially here in Dallas, not that my family's not here in Dallas, but Dallas is a racetrack.
Exactly, it's scary.
So taking care of that issue and having that stress off the table completely is huge.
And a lot of families, they know they need to take the keys away, and they'll do that, but then they don't put anything in place to help get that family member out of the house. So they become very depressed and isolated. So that way, and that's the other thing about our industry is it's very important to know we are private pay. Medicare does not cover what we do.
Okay.
There are some long-term care policies that people have that can pay for what we do. But a lot of times in the long run, it's even cheaper for someone to pay for us out of pocket, whether the family share, pools the expenses. But it can be very helpful if you're taking the keys away to then hire an agency, maybe just a couple times a week, to do the errands, do the grocery shopping, and keep them independent. But you just can't take the keys away and not give a solution on how they're going to get out.
Yeah, because then they'll go nuts and crazy, and they'll start driving you crazy because they want to get out and go do something. And, well, now you got to shut the place down, go grab them, take them wherever they want to go, take them to run errands.
Exactly.
All that stuff. So, yeah, that's a huge issue, and people that don't deal with that, believe me, eventually you're going to have to deal with it. And I'm even having to think about what I'm going to do with my parents and family in the next 20 years because, well, they're all separate and all over the place, and it's just me. So I will be taking advantage of services like this myself. That's one reason why I have you on here, so I can start planning ahead for 20 years out. But I want to ask you right quick, as far as the medical industry is concerned, because I know there'll be people in the medical industry that are going to be listening to this as well. How do you specifically help out the health industry? Because they're going to have some new issues as far as new regulations, what they can do, what they can't do. They'll have penalties assessed on them for giving too much care or not enough care, all those things. How do you help out the medical industry with some of these issues, with better medical outcomes, better patient compliance?
Well, certainly one of the newest rules is the 30-day readmission issue. And that is something, first of all, people are leaving the hospital sooner than they really should and leaving rehab sooner than they really should. But if the family or even the hospital or the doctor, whoever hired us, we can help make sure in those 30 days that we get the client back to their doctor, their primary care physician, which is the number one reason people do relapse. Make sure they're taking their new meds, make sure they're eating correctly, make sure that they're following the doctor's plan of care. So whether it's just for a month or whether it's for an indefinite amount of time, we can certainly help that community. People will be leaving the hospital in more acute situations than they ever have before. So even though we're non-medical, we work very well with home health, which is a medical and Medicare paid through that industry, but we can help. If someone has physical therapy a couple times a week, we can help do whatever it is they're doing, continue their plan to get them up and walking and help in that regard. So we currently work very well with home health. We work very well with hospice because we come in on the client's decision, whether it's for a few hours, a couple times a week. It's not just pop in, do a task, and then leave.
Very good, yeah, because that's going to be huge. This can be a major issue going into next year because of the remittance thing, and also the brand new ACO structures, which is going to be a huge thing because nobody has that structure figured out yet, and that's I'm going to get that. That's a whole other show right there, people. And
then one more thing is a lot of the problems is compliance. That's one of the main reasons people don't get better faster.
Yeah.
So we can help make sure they did pick up their medicines. The doctors may prescribe new medications, but if they never pick it up, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
So we can help with the compliance issue, which is usually the big problem.
Yeah. And helping out with everything around the house, so compliance is a lot easier. Things are easier to comply with. Things are already done for you, and people can help out. So with that, of course, that kind of segues into as far as the families. How do you help out with families as far as like reducing stress? Because major stress reducer, saving time, and of course increasing some independence, because that's the main thing. A lot of people want to maintain their independence and not be dependent on somebody too much, but there's got to be some dependence every once in a while to maintain your independence. So
exactly, and most people, there's been studies done. Most people want to age in place in their own home, so we can certainly help with that. And you were talking about reducing the stress for the adult children. That's all easy to see. But something that we haven't discussed is there's lots of dysfunctional families out there where the children aren't even in the picture. And they feel obligated to do something, and it can be a very easier thing to hire someone to help your family because you don't have that relationship. So we help in that regard too. The families that are close and want to help, it does keep that, like I said earlier, keeps that adult child being the child and the parent being the parent.
Yep.
And even if you have help from an agency, you're still independent. You're calling the shots, and that does keep their independence, much better. So
yeah, which is a great thing, because now you're delegate. People learn the word delegate. Delegate will save you so much time, money, effort, stress, save your life at times. Delegate, so you can maintain your independence, and that's one thing that you. And
the other real thing important beside delegate, because that's huge, is to know what you're getting into, because a lot of people will move their mom or their dad to assisted living thinking, that's it, I never have to move them again, whatever. We work a lot in assisted living because it's not one-on-one care, and if someone, again, back to the compliant word, if someone's not compliant in the assisted living, they will be requested to hire someone, to bring a caregiver in. So now you're paying the money of the assisted living and having to bring private care. So a lot of times it's cheaper just to stay in your own home and have us come in. Because people don't know all the rules of assisted living versus skilled care, and we've worked in skilled care, we've worked in memory units, we do a lot of hospital advocacy work where we'll help someone in the hospital so the family can go home and get their sleep, because sleep deprivation is so bad.
Yes.
And then we can just work in 8 or 9, 12-hour overnight, whatever it is, so the family can be refreshed and make good decisions the next day.
Very good. And you talked a little bit about pricing. Is there, as far as the services that you offer, or anybody else in your industry that offers, is there some standard pricing, or is it very subject to the area?
In Dallas, it's going to be kind of standard. It'll be maybe it could be anywhere from, say, $16 an hour to $20 an hour. Most places in Dallas, and we're talking agencies, are going to be around $18. Some may charge more for more tasks. Some may charge less for more hours. It just depends on that agency. But most are going to be in the $17, $18, $19 range.
Okay, good. So that way, if somebody says, I can't afford it, you can afford $16, $17, $18 an hour. Seriously. So is there anything anybody needs to be aware of in the industry as far as changes from 2013 to 2014? Anything major?
In our industry, we are, here in Texas, we are licensed by the state. My recommendation is to go through an agency, because we have standards that we have to do. We have to check backgrounds. We have to carry insurance. We have to do all those kinds of, we have oversight, managerial oversight with the caregivers, and that doesn't happen. People tend to go with private caregivers, and there's no oversight, and that can be a very costly mistake. But as far as Medicare and all of that, doesn't really affect us.
Okay. And I do want to throw a little shout out here to one of our mutual friends, Mr. Michael Walsh. That's right, Michael, you're on the show now. CareLoop, that's careloop.com. I believe you're on there as well.
I am.
And he's a great resource. Go check out careloop.com. Check out the resource. This way you know you're getting somebody that's been vetted and you're dealing with the best in the industry, much like Miss Laurie Miller here with Apple Care and Companion. And so with that, if you will give everybody your information, how they can get a hold of you, any of the resources you want to throw out there for people for this industry as well.
Okay, wonderful. The most important thing is do your research and know that you have the last word. Because this is all client-driven, you can say and ask for a different caregiver. I mean, you control the scene here, which is really great. Our company is Apple Care and Companion, and our website is applecare spelled out, companion.com. And all of our contact information is on there. Our email is info@applecareandcompanion.com. Phone numbers, anything you would need would be on that website, and we are happy to always talk to families and field questions. Most of the people here in Dallas, agencies, do have a no charge assessment. So if you ever want to talk to someone, which is, you need to interview the different agencies as well and make sure you're getting what you think you are.
All right, perfect. Thanks for coming on the show. And also, you got one other little website if you want to throw that out there for co-lodging.
Okay,
We'll
I
get
also
into that
have
much later.
Great. I have another company called colodgingclub.com, and it is mainly geared toward the 50-plus crowd to help facilitate housemates, to help find each other housemates.
Yep.
So that's colodgingclub.com.
Yeah, so all your boomers, if you're looking for roommates, check out colodgingclub.com. And with that is the Personal Health Care Reform Talk Show on Pegasus Net Waves, riding on that mythical horse, taking your health to a higher level. And, of course, I want to thank my sponsor, Get MedCall Assist. Go to clintfuquay.com or personalhealthcarereform.com. Click that button so you can get MedCall Assist, because they will save you. They will save you. They will save you. They'll save your life, save your money, save you a lot of stress and hassle. Great company there. You're going to hear a lot more about them from me here. And next show, we're going to be talking to divas. I'm going to have some divas in here with me. We're going to talk about reducing holiday stress, how to make things great with a family, especially extended family, step-parents, step-kids, all that stuff, because I've lived it before. So join us for the next show. This is Personal Health Care Reform Talk Show.